Hi students, welcome back to my YouTube channel RSK Competitive World. Students, in the previous video we discussed about the integrated circuit and also one of the IC we discussed in that the IC 555 timer, and today we are going to discuss about the IC 7400. So IC 7400 is the most popular logic family in integrated circuit. Texas Instruments has introduced the first logic chip, which are the namely SN5400 series of TTL in the year 1964. The later on SN7400 series of a logic chip was introduced in the 1966. See, IC 7400 is an very popular integrated circuit, which designed by the Texas Instruments. Texas Instrument is one of the company in which some electronic components will be designed. So the 7400 also designed in Texas Instruments, and the namely first series is what? SN5400. This is the first series in 1964, and the next series is SN7400. So these are the series. You can Google it and you will get how the SN series will come in Texas Instruments Industries. The next one, IC 7400 is a 14-pin chip and it includes for 2 input NAND gates. Every gate utilizes 2 input pins and 1 output pin. So 2 inputs and one is the output. So by remaining 2 pins being a power and a ground. So in a NAND gate means IC 7400, later I will show you a pin configuration. In 14-pin configuration, the 2 pins will be input, 1 pin is output, and another 1 pin will be positive VCC and the another pin will be negative, means ground. So these are telling that these pin configuration, and this chip was made with a different packages like surface mount and through hole, which include ceramic or plastic dual in line and flat pack. So dual in line, I showed you how it will be the IC. If the IC is like this, then the dual line means what? The both the side will be a pin configuration will present. Means single in line means only in one side the pins will be present. Dual in line, these IC the 7400 is a dual in line, and the surface mount means what? All the we can consider that is capacitors and resistors. They have to be mount on this chip in printed plate, okay, like that, and through the holes means we have to solder. By using soldering method we have to attach to that chips. This is the meaning of this one. So see, this is the pin configuration of IC 7400. You can see here. See, this is a IC, okay, and what I told you, how you start with the 1 2 3, you can consider this hole, this U-shape hole, and from this left side you start with 1 2 3 4 like that, okay. So you can see here the dual in line chip means IC 7400 chip is present over here, and these having a 14 pins. You can see 1 to 7 here and 8 to 14 pin configuration, okay. 14 pin configuration means dual in line means these pins are 7 pins here and 7 pins are here, okay, like that, both side having a pins. And this I told you that U-shaped, you can see here, okay. This is the IC, okay. So now here 1A, for 1A input and 1B is the input for this NAND gate. 4 NAND gates are there here. So for this 4, 1A 1B are the input, okay. 3 is the output. If you want to connect the input and outputs here, so you have to connect for 1 pin here the input, and the second pin also input. And what about output? Output is the 3. Output you have to give the third pin, okay. This third pin is the output, 1Y. Okay, for next second NAND gate 2A means fourth pin. Here there will be a fourth pin. And fifth pin also input. 2A and 2B, fourth and fifth are the input for the second NAND gate. And the output is a sixth one, means 2Y. And 7 is the, we have to connect the 7. This is the ground. We have to connect with the ground. So next 8th pin. 8th and 9th are the inputs. 9th and 10th are the inputs. 3A and 3B. And what about 8? 8 is the output. Okay. Like that, another one NAND gate. See here, 12 and 13 are the inputs. And 11 is the output, 4Y. And what about 14 pin? Means this is the positive VCC. This is positive VCC. 7th one is the ground. So other all will be the input and output. Those indicates that input and output. You can see the table of this NAND gate. Here inputs A and B. For only one NAND gate, A, B, and this one is C. You can give 0, 0 and it becomes output how much? 0, 0 becomes 0, and for this gives this small not gives a 1. Okay, like that 0, 1, 0, but this not gives 1. 1, 0, 0, but this not gives 1 here. Means 1, 1, 1, but this not gives 0. Like that NAND gate, opposite to the AND. Okay. So you can see here the output Y is equal to A dot B bar or dash, you can say. And also you can write it like this. One is AND gate and this is NOT gate. AND plus NOT. You will get NAND. N-A-N-D. NAND. Means AND. For this AND gate, you have to give a small NOT to this one. Then it becomes a NAND gate. So these are the reverse of a AND gate. Okay. So this is about the pin configuration of IC7400. You can see that explanation here. Pin 1 indicates it is an A input gate 1. Okay, 1A I told you. Here you can see here the first one 1A input, and second one also 1B. See, pin 2 it is a B input gate 1. Pin 3 it is a Y output gate 1. Okay. So like that 4, 5 are the input. 4, 5 are the input of gate 2. Okay. And 6 is the output of gate 3. Like that 7th one is the ground. Okay. Remember 7th and 14th. 7th and 14th. 7th is ground. 14th is VCC supply. Positive VCC supply. Remaining 8th is the output gate of a gate 3, and 9th and 10th are the inputs of A and B of a gate 3. And like that same, the 12th and 13th are the input of the A and B of gate 4, and 11th is the output. Okay, you can see only little bit confusion of this one. Okay, you remember the first 8th is not input, 8th is the output, 9th and 10th are the input here. Here also 12th and 13th are the inputs and 11th is the output. Okay, remember these things. The next one is square wave generator using 555 timer. 555 timer, I told you that in that there will be a two comparators, comparator 1 and comparator 2, and one is the flip-flop. Okay. So now see the diagram. So see in the diagram here, how much pin configuration of this 555 timer. Here in 555 timer we are using the comparators. Comparators means what? Op-amp we are using. Okay. So op-amp which is having operational amplifier, we can say this is as operational amplifier. Okay. Operational amplifier which having a 8 configuration, 8 pin configuration. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the 8 pin configuration. 8 pin configuration of operation amplifier I will explain later. So now you see operation amplifier is using here, and flip-flop is also working in this case. Okay, flip-flop means what? Flip-flop is one circuit which having a two stable states. Two stable state means what? Which is bistable. It can be used to store the information. Flip-flop. Okay, that circuit is made to change a state by signal applied to one or more control inputs, and which it will gives the output. So like that the flip-flop is working. Okay, and here the comparators means these are the op-amp. You can use op-amp or you can use transistors. Okay, both will work same. Both working is the same, but you have to study. In the 5th semester you studied about the transistor. So in this semester you have to study about the op-amps, means transistors, means op-amp, not transistors. Okay, so here you use op-amp. Okay, operational amplifier which containing 8-pin configuration. See here there will be in 555 timer we are using 8-pin configuration, and in the diagram you see R1 is connected here, R2, and this pin is 7-pin discharging pin, and for 2 trigger pin, and for the 6th pin threshold, and here the capacitors C1 and C2. Okay, so VCC is supplying here for the 8th pin, and for the which one is the output here? Output is the 3rd pin. Here a stable output they give one 3rd pin. Okay, 8th pin is a VCC supply. Okay, like this you can see this diagram. This is for rectangular wave or the square wave. Okay, wait, first I will explain square wave generator using 555 timer. Okay, the same diagram for both the rectangular wave as well as a square wave generator using 555 timer. Okay, so see here, one diode is using here, diode D. Okay, that diode D is connected to here the 7th pin. Okay, and this end is connected to the 6th pin. Okay, so see, first I will explain you. If the output is 1, okay, if the output is 1, in that the one capacitor is charges up to 2/3. Okay, and again it will discharges 1/3, like that. Means the output is 1, means it is equal to charging and discharging. 2/3 plus 1/3 means it gives 1 value. Means in the circuit whatever the duty cycle will complete, in that circuit it will charges up to 2/3 and discharges up to 1/3. Like that the cycle will goes on continuous. Okay, while taking these all values you will get the square wave generator by using the 555 timer. Okay, you can see here the explanation. A stable multivibrator with exact 50% duty cycle is known as a square wave generator. In square wave generator 50% duty cycle, 50% output we will get. Duty cycle means what? It is ratio of the charging time to its total time period. In that particular cycle how much the output we will get, that indicates this duty cycle. Okay, practically it is difficult to get exactly 50% duty cycle. To get exact 50% duty cycle, a stable multivibrator circuit can be modified. A stable multivibrator can be modified. So modified stable multivibrator circuit is used to obtain the square wave output. Okay, so here operation is what? A stable multivibrator can be used to produce a square wave output by connecting the diode D across the resistance R2. You can see here diode is connected across the resistance R2 here. Okay, next, by adjusting the value of R2 such that it is equal to the summation of resistance R1 and forward resistance of the diode D. So we can adjust like that. How we want the output, we can adjust R1, R2. Okay, so the capacitor C charges through R1 and diode D approximately 2/3. 3 VCC. I told you before that how much it will charges up to, if you understand here, if the output is 1, how much it will charges? 2 by 3 is it will charge. How much it will come to discharging? It's discharging up to 1 by 3, like that. So it is discharges 2 by 3 VCC and discharges through R2 and the terminal 7. I shown you that terminal 7 is connected to R2. Okay, here the given transistor. Okay, means that is what? Op amp. Then cycle repeats to, you can see this 555 timer circuit. Previous video you see how the 555 timer is there. Op amp 1, op amp 2, comparator 1, comparator 2. Okay, that 555 timer only we have to use in this diagram here. Here we have to using that. Okay, simply I given directly diagram here. In that circuit only here using. And until the capacitor voltage equals to how much? 1 by 3 VCC. Means what? Capacitor is discharging up to 1 by 3. That up to that the cycle will continuous. It is charging 2 by 3 VCC and discharging to 1 by 3. Like that only. It is charging, discharging, charging, discharging, charging, discharging. Like that the waves will come. Then the cycle repeats to obtain square wave output. Means 50% duty cycle. The R1 must be combination of a fixed resistor and potentiometer can be adjusted for a exact square wave. So how much I told you that it is going charging up to 2 by 3 and discharging 1 by 3. The cycle will coming like this. Okay, in that what happens? We have to adjust. We want square wave, so we have to adjust R1 values and potentiometer. By using potentiometer we have to adjust the R1 values. We want how much? What? We want square waves. We want square waves for discharging 2 by 3 here and charging 2 by 3 and discharging 1 by 3. Like that we will get continuous waves like square wave. This is the square wave generator by using a 555 timer. See here in the diagram. Okay, charging this one, discharging this one. Like that we have to adjust. This is 0 to 1, means 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is how much? 1. Then we will get a exactly square wave here as a output. Okay, at the point pin configuration 3 we will get the square wave, and also we will get T1, T2. This is what? A time period. Okay, later I will tell you in a rectangular square wave generator. This is what a square wave generator using 555 timer. Next, rectangular wave generator using 555 timer. The diagram is same. Okay, the diagram is same. The wave generator is also same. Only previous case those are the square wave, exactly square waves. These are the rectangular waves like this. Okay, rectangular wave. In both the cases I given a same wave here. Okay, because of I not got the some square wave exactly in Google. So okay, you have to draw in exams exactly square waves in square wave generator, and rectangular wave, this is the right. Okay, next the operation of this rectangular wave generator is an unstable multivibrator called a free running multivibrator is rectangular wave generating circuit. Unlike the monostable multivibrator, this circuit does not require any external figure, means any external trigger. In monostable and in bistable external trigger is using. Okay, but in unstable we are not using external trigger. So in the rectangular wave generator there is no need to use a monostable and bistable. Only a stable multivibrator is enough to generate a rectangular waves. Okay, next operation is what? IC 555 timer connected as a stable multivibrator. Initially when the output is high means we are connected the circuit and we got the output. The output is very high. Capacitor C starts charging towards the R1 and R2. I shown you R1 and R2 are where. Okay, capacitor C charges starts charges towards R1 and R2. However, as soon as the voltage across capacitor equals to how much? 2 by 3 VCC. Same thing here also. How much it will charges? 2 by 3 VCC. Comparator 1 starts triggers the flip-flop. Here using there will be a flip-flop. Flip-flop is what? Flip-flop is a circuit which having two stable states. Okay. Which what happens here? Which starts the triggers the flip-flop. Which one? Comparator 1. And the output switch is low. That time what happens? The output will first of all output is high and capacitor is charging up to 2 by 3. And later the circuit which starts trigger, comparator 1 starts trigger to the flip-flop and output switch is low. Now the capacitor C starts discharging through R2 and transistor Q1. Okay. When the voltage across C equals to how much? If it is a discharging means it is equal to 1 by 3 VCC. Comparator 2's output triggers the flip-flop and output goes high again. Again it repeats the cycle. After discharging what happens? After again it will charges. After charging again it will discharges. Like that comparator 1 and comparator 2 will act. Okay. Comparator 1 starts trigger the flip-flop, then the output goes low. After it discharges, after that comparator 2 starts the trigger and the flip-flop and the output goes high. Then the cycle will repeats. The output voltage and capacitor voltage waveforms are shown in the figure B. They told means this one only. This is figure A and this is figure B. These are the waves. Understood, I think. So you can see here the time period of this both. As shown in the figure, capacitor is periodically discharges between 2 by 3 VCC to 1 by 3. Discharging means what? It will come from 2 by 3 to 1 by 3. Discharging means 2 by 3 to 1 by 3, no? So time during which capacitor charges from 1 by charges means 1 by 3 to 2 by 3. Okay. And the time during which the capacitor charges from 1 by 3 to 2 by 3 VCC is equal to the time output is high and is given by how much? The charging they given by TC is equal to 0.69 in the bracket R1 plus R2 into C. Okay, according to the equation they given 0.69, how much the value will come now from 1 by 3 to 2 by 3, that will be a 0.69. Next, the time during which the capacitor discharges from 2 by 3 VCC to 1 by 3 VCC, which is equal to the time the output is low that time. Okay, means only the R2 is coming here for discharging. It comes from that 2 by 3 to 1 by 3 means we have to leave that R1. Okay, so TD is equal to 0.69 R2C. Next, total time period means TC plus TD. You will get a 0.69 R1 plus 2 R2 because here R2 is there 2 times 2 R2 into C. Next, TC plus TD, which is right as a capital T, that is the total time period, 0.69 R1 plus 2 R2 into C. Then frequency, what is the threshold frequency here? 1 by T. F is equal to 1 by T. So T is how much? T is a 0.69 in the bracket R1 plus 2 R2C. So 1 divided by 1 by T means 1 divided by 0.69 R1 plus 1 divided by 0.69 in the bracket R1 plus 2 R2C. Okay. So this 1 by 0.69, how much? 1.45. So that we can write it as 1 by 0.69 is 1 point how much? 45. Divided by we can write it as R1 plus R2 into C. Okay, that only they written here. Next, this equation indicates that frequency is independent of the voltage. So see, in the equation there will be any voltage here? No. So this indicates that frequency is independent of the voltage. So I given here there is a what is duty cycle. It is the ratio of time TC means charging time during which the output is very high to the 2 means ratio it is a to total time period. it is generally expressed as a percentage of duty cycle is equal to TC divided by capital T into 100, or you can write it as R1 plus R2 divided by R1 plus 2R2 into 100. Okay, this is the generator of a square wave and rectangular wave. Okay, study well, students. If you have any doubt, you can message me. And thank you, students.